watching Zen HairLife. Okay, so today is a little bit of a different video, and I'm actually very excited about filming this video, mainly because this is something that is very personal to me. I feel like a lot of people have their own ideas and beliefs on meditation and spirituality, so I'm going to be very generally specific because I don't want to offend anyone or cross any boundaries or anything like that. But I feel like I have a pretty good relationship with my subscribers, and I feel like you guys understand me pretty well, so I think that what I have to say will be very insightful and interesting to you guys. What is meditation? I'm sure meditation is different to many different people in maybe different religions or different beliefs. It may mean something different, but for me personally, meditation is basically time with yourself introspectively. And to me, that's the most important part of meditation, is the introspective part that you get out of it, a time where you are able to kind of separate yourself from everything around you, even your own physical body. Which, why is meditation important and why should we do it at all? Basically, I feel like meditation is so important to everyone, and it's so vital to living a more Zen life, because that's what this is all about. I think it's so important because, especially in our society, we are very engulfed in things. We're also very engulfed in perception. So especially, I feel like my generation, we're very engulfed in perception, we're very engulfed in things, in yourself, and as it may sound kind of strange that you want to do introspective thinking and it's all about yourself, to separate yourself from yourself, it sounds crazy, but it really does work, because when you kind of step away from everything else and you go and you have this internal kind of time, you process things differently, you think more in situations, I feel like you're more connected spiritually. And another thing is, I don't think that meditation always has to be spiritual. For me, most of the time, majority of the time, it is a very spiritual thing, but it can very easily not be spiritual, and you can use it just to reflect. You can do it to reflect on your day. At the end of the day, you just take a time, sit for a few minutes, breathe, and you reflect on your day, and it has no spiritual connotations whatsoever. So that's what I wanted to start off with, so everybody can come in, you know, with no reservations, just kind of, you know, listen to what I have to say. And if you don't, it's totally fine. I'm not upset if you don't agree with me, and you know, that is totally okay. So number one, kind of like what I was saying, there are no rules to meditation, not at all. There's no meditation rule book number one. That's just, it doesn't exist. And if somebody says that it exists, then they're lying. Number two, meditation is not religious specific, and I really want to stress this, because I feel like that is one thing that people really get caught up in, and maybe they see certain symbols and things that maybe people in the past that they have associated with meditation and whatnot, but I don't believe that meditation is religious specific whatsoever. But so it's not religious specific. Don't get bogged down in the symbols and the things and the music, and don't get bogged down in that. Just, you know, just do you. Just like Shameless Maya says, do you, boo. Okay, so number three, I think it's very important for you to identify your reasoning or your desire for wanting to meditate. I think that everybody should meditate. I think it's awesome, but I think it's important to identify your desire to meditate. So mainly my desire is to, and it's not always the same every time, because sometimes it maybe I'm in a bad mood and I need to, you know, kind of collect myself. And so I can meditate to calm down and to really understand what the situation is. And the other thing is that you can meditate wherever, whenever, it doesn't really matter. If you feel like if you like to pray, that's a form of meditation. It could just be to, just to think about your day. It could be, there's so many reasons to meditate. Anything that you have to, that you want to introspect, that you want to be with your spiritual guidance, that you want to just think, you want to just clear your mind, those are all awesome reasons to meditate. Okay, so number 4 is find a guide. And I think this is really a good thing to do when you first start meditating, because you might be kind of lost. You want to start meditating and you kind of don't know where to go. You don't know where to start. So I think listening to guided meditations are really good. I know Deepak Chopra does some people like him, some people don't. And there are a lot of other people who do guided meditations, and there's some podcasts. There's an app called Pause for Peace, and they do guided meditations. There's just a lot of things. I'll link the things I'm talking about down below. So things for guided meditations, books. Another thing I think is really good is to have a journal. Not just when you start, but as you continue, because I think it's really awesome to write down your thoughts, especially after you finish your meditation. I think it would be really cool to do like a before and after. So before you start meditating, write down what you're feeling, what your intention for the meditation is. You can also, whatever religion or whatever you practice, it could be really great to flip through and find a passage or a scripture that you like, or that you'd like to set that as your intention for your meditation, or kind of to just get you in the mindset ready for your meditation. This is a Bible. If you have a base in a religion, it's not bad to use that as your base in your meditations. Actually, that's great, because you're a little bit, if you're meditating for spiritual purposes, I think it's really great to use your spiritual book as a guide to help you in your meditations. Also, another thing that I really like are things like this book. It's called Choose to Live Each Day Fully. What I like to do is I wake up in the morning and I take my planner for school. I write down the quote at the end of the page at the top of the day for my planner, so when I'm going through and writing down homework assignments or test dates or anything throughout the day, I'm looking at that passage, I'm being aware of it and conscious of that thought that I wanted to keep with me through that day. And I think it's really, really useful. And number 5 is create a sacred space. And sacred sounds kind of like weird, but create a space that is special for you, for your meditation, because you really would like your meditation to be like a clear energy space. I only use this spot for meditation and obviously to film this video, but this is like a spot that I don't really use other than to meditate, and I kind of honor this spot because I really like having a space where this is special for my meditation or yoga, or just to clear my mind, and it's not a space where it's been like, along with making a sacred space for yourself is preparing your environment for meditation. So one could be, obviously, if you're doing a guided practice, your podcast, and sometimes those will already have music in it. So if you do it on like your iHome, it'll be on the loudspeakers, but you can also do it in your headphones. And I used to do that. I used to do that when I lived in an apartment with somebody else. I would do my meditations, my guided meditations with headphones on. Also, you saw in the intro my incense, and that is frankincense and myrrh. So that is my Ethiopian incense that I use. It's kind of like very traditional incense. It's not like the sticks. I use the sticks too sometimes, but I love to have that kind of incense. It just like envelops the room, and it completely surrounds your space. It might be super intense for some people that are not used to it. So if you like to burn candles, if you like to burn incense, If you like to, you can also dim the lights, turn the lights on. I have lights. And also smoke is very purifying and very cleansing. Fire, smoke is very cleansing and purifying. So having like a candle going or some incense going, burning, it's kind of purifying the space if you are into that. But yeah, so preparing your space, playing some chanting music. I like to play Tibetan chanting music sometimes. I also like to just play soothing sounds like water running or like rainforest. Number 7 is be consistent. So I don't meditate every day, and I really try to, because I think it's a great thing to do, but don't, try to be consistent. If you have never done it, I'd say try once a week, and don't try to not think. I know it doesn't make sense, but I took this class on meditation and they said don't try to not think, because the only thing you're gonna do is think. And when you focus on a point in the room, when you focus on maybe the music, or if you focus on your breath, you're going to not be thinking about a million different things. You're going to be calming yourself, you're going to be listening to your breath or focusing on that point in the wall, whatever. But at some points, if you're new, you're going to wander off. Your mind's going to wander off, but don't worry about it. Think about your intention that you set. Think about your breath and just come back to it. Whenever your mind wanders, just come back to your intention, to whatever you were focusing on for that meditation. So don't beat yourself up. And that goes straight into my next tip, is be gentle with yourself. When you start, I don't know, my voice sounds crazy right now. Be gentle with yourself. When you first start out, it's going to be hard, but don't make it hard. It's it's a new thing for you. It's going to be kind of weird and it might feel strange. You might feel kind of nervous if somebody might walk in, if you live in like a dorm, or if you live at home, you're like, oh, you don't want anybody to walk in and see you sitting on the floor like with your eyes closed, So don't, be gentle with yourself. Don't get upset if you're not going to be perfect. There's never a perfect meditation, because everybody, doesn't matter if you've been meditating for 1,000 years, you can always get better. So don't beat yourself up if you're wandering off every 5 seconds, because when you first start, you probably will be wandering off every 5 seconds. So, you just have to get better at it, and everything, it gets better with time. So be gentle. And then last but not least, just do it. So, it's not gonna hurt you, and that's like kind of my thing. Like, if it's not going to be a detriment or a pain or something to your life, then you might as well just try it and see what happens, because nothing bad can come out of it. Sitting down, being quiet, or just sitting down and reflecting on your day, like, not a single bad thing is gonna come from that. Is it? I don't think so. So just do it, try it out. If you've never done it, if you think it's kind of weird, at some point, probably most of the things that you do now you thought were weird until you tried them, and then you love them. So you could totally love it, or you could totally hate it. It's fine either way. Like, I'm not telling you that this is like you must do this or else, but I think it's a great thing to do, and especially for people who are curious, just do it. That's all I have to say. So, pause, be still, be silent, be introspective. If nothing else, if you have no other intention, just be silent, still, and introspective, and I'm assure you will feel better afterwards. So I hope these tips were helpful, and yeah, let me know what you think about the first video of my yoga meditation series. I'm really excited about this, because this is something that I wanted to do with my life. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, of course, leave them down below. I'll answer as much as I can from experience. I'm not an expert. Definitely disclaimer, I'm not saying I'm an expert about meditation whatsoever. I'm still learning so much, and I have so much to learn. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, only if it made you happy and you liked, what I was talking about, or if it didn't, sorry about that, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. Of course, share my video. Always share my video on any social media. I love that, and that's really cool, because other people get to see the video too. And comment, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. I would love that if you did that. Don't forget to live a Zen life. when I go into Target and when I go into Whole Foods to the hair section, it's like I get this high of excitement and the product junkie in me comes out, and it's real.